everyone, so today I'm finally giving you a tour of my makeup collection. In case you guys haven't seen my vanity tour, I will link that for you guys so you can check it out. This video is completely separate because in here I keep a lot of the products that I know I like. I have a lot of limited edition stuff that I want to hang on to because I'm nostalgic like that. And then of course, because this is my job, a lot of brands send me a lot of products that I want to try out, so I make a point to put them in this unit. So really quickly, a little bit about the unit itself. This is a vintage toolbox that I purchased at a flea market, and it has 133 drawers. Obviously you can see it's been around for a long time. It has a lot of the original labels and I wanted to maintain that. This used to house a lot of different tools or parts, so obviously I kept some of those labels shown, and obviously some of them are really funny, so I'm immature and kept them around. The drawers themselves are quite long and then very shallow. Honestly, I don't know if it's the most ideal way to store makeup, but I've made it work to the best of my ability. Now obviously, because I have so many drawers, I'm not going to go through every single one and show you every single product. That would take forever, but I thought I would just give you guys the highlights of the products that I really like and some of the ones that I've just had for a really long time and just want to keep around. The first drawer I'll show you is my collector's drawer, and in here I really just keep my Divergent Palette Set. And some of you guys might remember a couple years ago I did a collaboration with the movie Divergent, and I thought it was just a really unique opportunity, and it was one of my first really exciting projects that Lionsgate asked me to be a part of, so I wanted to keep this set. I don't really talk about it, or I never really used it in a video just because it's not really available anymore unless you maybe go on eBay, but I just didn't feel like I could get rid of it. Next up, we have the miscellaneous high-end lips drawer, and in here I just keep a variety of high-end lip products. These YSL Rouge Volupte lipsticks are some of my first high-end lipsticks that I remember buying, obviously because of the packaging. It was so Tumblr of me. I still really love the color, the quality, and the feel of these lipsticks. I have number 1 and 2. But as far as the sheer candy lipsticks, I wouldn't necessarily recommend them for the price, especially number 2. It basically looks like nothing, but number 4 does have quite a bit of pigment to it. It just doesn't quite suit me. This Givenchy lipstick I remember buying because I really loved the deep plum color. It's a little more on the sheer side, you can build it up a little bit, but I just don't wear it as much as I used to. This Marc Jacobs lip gloss is one of my newer products in this drawer, and I really like this. I think at first when I was looking at it, I thought it would be too glittery, but once on you don't notice any of the glitter particles. It just really enhances your natural lip color and looks really glossy. Here we have the miscellaneous complexion drawer, and in here I have a bunch of high-end foundations. The Lancome Tint Idole Ultra is actually my favorite foundation for the last 2 years when I did my year-end reviews. I haven't given a fair shot to the By Terry Cover Expert, but it is quite full coverage. I just don't think for my skin type it's the right foundation. I also have here the Amore Pacific Cushion, which I haven't given a shot yet, but I am really excited to try it. Probably seen that I have quite a few drawers dedicated to BareMinerals. They were really kind and sent me a bunch of products when I did a collaboration with them last year. I have to say though, my favorite drawer out of all of them is probably my lipstick drawer, just because I really do like the quality of their lipsticks. Again, super creamy and pigmented. I obviously am super drawn to the more nude shades, but they also have some amazing darker lip colors as well. I have a few items in this Chanel drawer, but by far my favorite item is this limited edition highlighting powder. Making a quick stop over at Dolce & Gabbana, one of my favorite high-end contouring blushes is by them, and this is in tan. Another quick stop by Dior, and I'm sure a ton of you guys remember the hype behind Amber Diamond. This is one of my favorite highlighters. You're gonna notice that I talk a lot about different highlighters. That just seems to be my favorite product overall when it comes to makeup. Of course, when opening up the Kat Von D drawer, I have a backup Trooper liner because you guys know this is my all-time favorite liquid liner. I did give the tattoo brow a shot, and I actually liked it at first. I think in person it looks a lot better than on camera. Whenever I used this and I was filming something, I noticed that my eyebrows looked especially red. And then of course I have the Shade and Light contour palette as well as the eye palette, which I don't have stored in this drawer, but I do still have both of them and like them. Still, one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes is the Lorac Pro palette. This is my second one that I've had, and I really like it. You can see I get a lot of use out of it. Next in Makeup Forever, I have the old Makeup Forever HD foundation as well as the new Ultra HD. The Pro Sculpting Duo has one of my favorite highlights. It's a bit more on the rosy side, and the swatch on my hand doesn't really do it justice, but once on the face, it does give a very nice wet look, which some people might like or some people might not like. MAC is another brand that I have quite a few products by. A lot of these products are older just because I used to work for them, so I collected a lot of limited edition products. And then also just because I was a freelance makeup artist for several years, I just collected a lot of MAC products. So all of these skin finishes are from my kit. And then these highlighting powders are actually throwbacks to when I worked for the company, so I don't feel like I can get rid of them even though they're not in the best shape. A lot of these also have been relaunched, so you could probably still get them in limited edition. And then if you really want to throw it back, I have a few Hyper Real and beauty powders that MAC used to make that they no longer do. But if you're curious to what those looked like, they are actually very similar to the Hourglass ambient lighting powders. I would say that the ambient lighting powders maybe have a little bit more of a soft glow to them than the beauty powders, but I would say that they're probably the closest thing to present day beauty powders. These three drawers just make me super happy because I recently added a few new products to my NARS drawers. They just sent me a bunch of Stephen Klein collaboration products, which I'm really excited to try. This eyeshadow in Stud is one of my favorites. It has a beautiful smoky gray color with a silver sheen, and out of the lipsticks, this color Besame Mucho is probably my favorite. I believe my first ever NARS product was this blush in Angelica, which I can't even believe I used to wear because of the glitter particles in it. And if you're interested in an eyeshadow duo, this one in Isolde is one of my favorites. Some of you might remember I did an eyeshadow look using the Narcissus palette. I think that this was kind of hit or miss with people on the internet, but I actually really liked it. And finally, their Audacious lipsticks are some of my favorite right now. The color is just super rich and they glide on your lips really smoothly. Moving on to Urban Decay, here I have some complexion products. I recently received these blushes and I'm really excited to use the Afterglow blush in video. I also have backups of the Urban Decay Naked Concealers, which I also really like. I believe I've mentioned them in a favorites video before. I also have two different Naked Illuminated powders, and I haven't used these yet because I think that they would be best used on the body since they're so glittery. Now in the eyes and lips drawers, this is another satisfying layout that I really like. Obviously I don't wear a ton of color on my eyes anymore, but I just really like the quality of Urban Decay shadows and they're just super fun. This one in particular is called Solstice and I've been meaning to try this out because I just love this duochrome effect. I do own all of the Naked palettes and I plan on doing a giveaway for the Naked too because I have an extra one, but I'm waiting till next month to do a bunch of giveaways, so I hope you guys are excited about that. These new lip glosses from Urban Decay I've been really enjoying. This one in particular draws my attention, but I haven't worn it yet. The one I've actually been keeping in my bag is called Liar, and it's kind of along the lines of 1993 and Stark Naked if you're familiar with the Matte Revolution lipsticks. And then of course finally I have backups of 1993 both in the lip liner and lipstick because it's one of my favorites right now. ColourPop is one of those brands that I've been meaning to explore a little bit more. I have a couple of their Super Shock shadows, and I think I've mentioned Hammered and Bandit. So Quiche is another one of those shadows that just looks different depending on the way the light hits it. I also dabbled in their highlighters, but I haven't played around with them too much. When I was in Italy recently, I stopped by a KIKO store and I picked up a bunch of different products that I haven't had the chance to play around with too much. I picked up two different foundations as well as some blushes. And apparently their long-lasting lipsticks are a hero product, so I picked up one of those as well. Nude Sticks is another brand that I actually really enjoy, but I haven't had the chance to really talk about it in a video. Taylor was so nice, she sent me a ton of product, and I have a bunch of their magnetic eye colors, lip and cheek pencils, as well as concealing and contour sticks. So far my favorite lip color that I've played with is Whisper, but I also really like the color Blush. All of their products apply super smoothly and are easy to blend out. I was actually surprised at how well some of the concealer sticks covered up my blemishes. Lastly, another brand that I have a ton of product from is NYX because at every event that I go to, they are super generous and give away a ton of product. If you've been with me since the beginning, you remember I really like the NYX blush in taupe in order to contour, but I think my favorite products from them right now are their lip products. I used to wear creme brulee non-stop every single day. I've gone through tons of these, but I also really like the color Madeline. Their soft matte lip creams are equally gorgeous and they have great pigment and are really comfortable to wear. So those are the highlights of my makeup collection, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're curious about any of the products that I mentioned, please check the info box, or if you want more information on anything that you saw in this video, feel free to ask down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye!